Hi guys, the Genius partner. Welcome to Genius Sales Day 2021. I'm the host of Lee, and I'm so super exciting to be back in this webinar. My team has been preparing very informative and very interactive content for your Genius sales. So let's find out what you can get today. This show contains the five sessions. Now we are in the overview, and after this, there are four speaker and five session. So from the Genius company overview, and then the Genian NAC approach to the zero trust network security, and Genian NAC 101, and partner insight, and finally reach to the tech news. Today, I have mentioned earlier, we prepare very interactive content, which is the session of the partner insight. Uh, the partner insight comes with a very surprising guest for you, so don't miss out this session as well. Okay, I would like to introduce the speaker in this show. I wanted to call them my muse, who always make this show brighten and arrive. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dongan and Steve. Dongan, Steve, could you please come up here the screen to gentlemen? Okay,
Hi.
hi. Hi, Dongan, Steve, how are you?
Hello, Yanju.
Hello.
Thank you. So could you please say hello to our partner?
Hello, partner. Thanks for joining this show today. I know that it is quite hard to find the right word. How much we appreciate that you're running our business in your local market, even if very under the top season. So thank you so much.
Steve, please.
Yeah, hi guys. I'm Steve. I prepare special news for you in the end. Don't move out until the end of the show. See you soon.
Thank you. Dongan, so it has been over 1.5 year of this terrible COVID-19. So I think you and our genius partner are going through the very tough season.
Yeah, it is actually true that our partners have a really difficult time due to the postpone and sometimes the customer cancel the project. And I really appreciate our partners that really keep knocking the customer's door continually. I believe this pandemic isn't over so soon, and still we have a high daily new cases in most of the APEC countries and low progress of the vaccination. But please, partners, I believe as long as we keep the knocking the door, we can overcome this obstacle together. So we will here for you. So please let us know whenever you need our help.
Yeah, right. I think we can learn how the market respond regarding this kind of communication and get a feedback for the next step.
Right. So I really appreciated my partner who are already joining our event and every time and leave their very honest the feedback and the opinion us because it helped us to develop and growing in many aspects of the uh, sales communication and tech support more than before. I highly appreciate it always. Okay, let's get started of the show. I'm so happy to introduce this speaker. He is the very first and initiative and the only one sales representative in the Genius. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Donghan Kim.
Second session is my session. So in this session, I'm going to talk about more about zero trust. So I wonder how many of you actually explored the RSA conference 2021, which was just end on May. In this year, zero trust was also one of the key words of RSA conference. So in this session, we will learn about meaning of zero trust network security in our business. And what is the practical model of zero trust network security? And we will also talk about Genius way, the approach, the zero trust network security model. The word zero trust was created in 2010 by one of the analysts of the Forrester Research. Zero Trust became more popular after Gartner listed Zero Trust Security Access, which is ZTSA, is as a core component. Then what is the Zero Trust means? Zero Trust means that no one is trusted by default from inside or outside the network. And the verification is required from everyone trying to gain access to resources on the network. It assumes that there are attackers both within and outside of the network. So no users or devices should be automatically trusted. Zero Trust is a least privileged access. And this means giving users only as much access as they need. Then why should organizations consider Zero Trust? The evidence is everywhere. The most security professionals today agree organizations must adopt a Zero Trust model into their IT environment. Allowing devices to connect to the network without explicit permission, or allows devices to move laterally within the network without restricted access, will leave an organization vulnerable. So these are some of the regions of Zero Trust model should be adopted. As you're aware, Zero Trust is not a product, it is a framework, it is a kind of approach. It is a combination of different product and security policies. So buying a product does not really give you Zero Trust network security in your company. So you need to choose the right product and make it work with your existing IT and security system for precise security plan. Of course, you need to maintain your business productivity and continuity as a first priority. What are the key components of Zero Trust network security? Mixed IT and OT and unmanaged devices, access from different purpose and different role, access from wired and wireless, access from the different location. Sounds complicated, but this is very common nowadays, and it is going to be even more complex. Then let's find out how to adapt the Zero Trust model into our business environment. This is the common characteristics of Zero Trust architecture. It assumes no one or systems are trusted by default. Everything must be verified before granting network access. It leverages micro-segmentation for granular access. It grants least privilege required and continually monitors user and the system on the network to ensure adaptive controls, adjust privilege as required if needed. This is Genius' way to approach Zero Trust network security. Nobody trusts before verifying it, and prove if you are trust and compromised all the time. And enhance your security with your existing security solution. With Genian NAC, we can have full visibility of inside network on real time. We can detect all devices attempting to access the business insight and identify who is whom, how to connect and connect from where. Authenticate user and provide device platform and more information of insight. Deploying Genius network sensor is one of the best way to have full visibility of the devices inside your business without changing existing network topology and configuration. Then the sensor detects information of both hardware and software automatically. Finally, you can have clear insight of your network insight. Once we have full visibility of inside network, Genian NAC manages devices and users differently in accordance with company security plan. Genian NAC only allows authorized and safe devices access to insight based on the role of user and security condition of the device. With accessing Web Admin Console, administrator recognize who is compromised or not with very intuitive dashboard. After identifying who you are and proving if you are compliant, the next step is staying safe in real time. Device security status can be changed all the time. So even if the status is compliant now, we still need to monitor them during connecting to the business network. And log if the device is found out as a non-compliant, and then remediate and allow access them inside again. For checking device hygiene accurately and real-timely, installing Genian NAC agent is recommendable. With collecting detailed endpoint information and security status of device, you have more source for setting granular policy. The agent can be deployed several ways, such as captive web portal or the AD, if you already have it. Lastly, for adapting zero trust model in your IT environment more effectively and easily, is the synergy Genian NAC with your existing security solution inside. Please remember there's no one single solution can cover this huge agenda. So in this way, you can find correlated information for setting granular policy. We have talked about the meaning of zero trust and what is Genian's approach to zero trust network security. This will be a very successful session if you only remember the following three things. The first, trust nobody before verifying it, and prove if you are trust and compromised all the time. Lastly, enhance your security with your existing security solutions. So this is end of this session. Thanks for your attention. Our next speaker is Yeonju Lee. So please welcome her.
Hi, I'm back. My session is Genian NAC 101. This session is about explain what feature Genian NAC has and how it works in your network. I have been reviewing RFP released from the APEC country, and I gathered and filtered mostly require an essential feature for the Genian NAC. So this session will help you to understand the Genian NAC more detail. This chapter and this session has the sixth chapter. They are general information and installation and feasibility, authentication, access control, and others. So you may already mess up. There is a lot of chapters here, right? But you only remember three messages. First, why NAC solution needs your business. Second, what component Genian NAC has. Third, what Genian NAC can see and control in your network during my session. So this session quite a little bit long, so it is okay. You can just freely listen about this session with having a coffee or water. Just feel free to listen in. And also after the event, I'm going to share all of contents today. You can also thoroughly see the detailed the contents again. Okay, let's start it. The first chapter is the general information. Our business has been very various and mixed up for achieving the business efficiency and productivity. Shortly, BYOD and working with a third party of the guest in your office, it has become in common. Plus, due to the COVID-19, working out of the office, especially working at home, we call that work from home, is getting no longer a new normal, but is getting into our life. So even these types of the business environment have brought us a lot of efficiency and productivity in our business. It also has a security risk to us into our business network. So I started to create this content from addressing this security risk on our business environment. So Genian answer about that. Genian NAC only allowed it trust and safe devices and user in the business critical network. So from the next slide, I'm going to explain what Genian NAC works. Okay, second chapter is the installation. Genian NAC has the full component for operating in your network. They are policy server and network sensor and agent and web-based admin console. Shortly tells about its own function, the policy server, it enforces the devices which are non-compliant with the policy. Second, the Genian network sensor, it functions to detect all of the devices and visualize its device's full information. And third, Genian agent, it is very optional to install the agent on the endpoint. But once you install the agent on the endpoint, Genian NAC brings in-depth of device visibility. And after you install the policy, you can connect to the web-based admin console that you can navigating the to see a dashboard with a visualized graph, and also setting a policy or checking the accumulated the log information. Please take a look at the diagram in the slide. I put the general diagram of the Genian NAC. So as you can see the image, there are many types of the devices which are attempting to the our network. Also, there are multiple vendor of the switches deployed on the layer 2. There is one thing I wanted to highlight here. Genian network sensor is deployed on the layer 2. With this deployment, Genian NAC, there is no additional manual configuration with the existing switches and controller. And Genian NAC can see the 100% devices in a real time, which means that Genian NAC can control the layer 2. After detection of the devices, with a predefined policy, the policy server enforces the devices of the access control. On the next chapter, I'm going to show you how the Genian NAC detect more detailedly. Third chapter is the visibility, and so far we have learned the Genian NAC deployment. And as you know, the NAC solution has own value with the how accurate it is detecting the devices and how deeply see inside of the devices. So please keep this slogan. You can see, you can secure what you can see. So I put this slogan ultimately highlighted how important of the visibility for preventing your business. You can easily find several cases for security risk without or lack of the visibility. So please take a look at the 3 cases that I have brought up today. First, unauthorized user. You can easily see around that there are a mix of the regular employee and guest in your network. So once the guests are attempting to access our company data, there are high risk of the data stolen, such as the intellectual property or company financial credential. Second, non-latest updated data. I have found that one research, over half of the security risk is occur in the company by the known threat, not a new or unknown threat, which means that uh, you can secure in our network with the following the basic and the essential policy of the always latest updated devices. Third, logged AP. You can easily find out there are many access points in your network. Sometimes it is defined the personal one, so brought from their home. So they may have a risk of the rogue AP causing to the redirect the employee to fake to the website and make them to downloading software. So let me get to the straight point here. Genian NAC prevent our network against this risk with a full visibility. Only trust and safe devices can get access to your inside. Okay, I really wanted to say that Genian NAC comparativeness is the device visibility, especially full, in-depth, and in a real time. So to make you understand easier, I divided it into three categories of the Genian NAC detection. It is the network service, device type, and in-depth visibility in the visual devices. The first layer is the network service. So as I have already repeated several times before, by the Genian network sensor, which is deployed on the layer 2, you can see your network level of the visibility. So you can see the network service such as the DHCP, ARP, and SMTP protocol. And you can also see the existing switch information as well. Plus, wireless LAN also find out the access point, especially the defined rogue one. Plus, you can detect anomaly behavior, which are AD hook network connection, MAC and IP clone, and port scan. Second layer is the device type. Genian NAC detect the IoT. So specifying into it, Genian NAC detect PC, mobile, network appliance, server, and security appliance and access point, which are they are all about the IP-enabled devices. Plus, predefined policy, Genian NAC recognized which one is the guest or not. Third layer is the in-depth visibility in the devices. So as much as you can see the devices and its own is in-depth visibility of the devices, you can create it, the security policy for securing your business network. Today, I have brought six types of the in-depth visibility in the detected devices. First, device attribute. Genian NAC identify the device's IP, MAC, and domain, and authentication for learning who has these devices and if devices has been already authorized it or not authorized it before the network. Second, device hardware information. Genian NAC shows its device's mainboard, CPU, and NIC card, etc. Plus software information. So you can see that what software or application are installed and running in the devices. So with the Genian NAC agent, you can get more software information for the patch management. Plus OS and antivirus information Genian NAC provide you. So uh, OS and antivirus, which is also related with the PC health check, I mean the patch management. So you can check that which OS is installed and running, and also antivirus still installed and running in the on the endpoint. I wanted to say that sometimes we ignore how important of the known threat paralyzed your system and data. So with the Genian I mean the device platform information, you can also check its own EOL, end of life, EOS, end of sales, and also its own vulnerability. Okay, the first chapter is the authentication. So far, we have learned visibility. So with the corrected devices information, now it is time to verifying who is who. So please take a look at the slogan in the slide. Authentication is a process of verifying if a user credential, I mean the user's information, is already exist in the DV. So uh, once the device is authenticated, it is time to you can decide if the device is allowing or denying. Genian NAC has the mainly three types of the authentication. The first one is ID and password logged in. I can give you the two cases of the authentication by login. So in case of the new devices, the devices attempting to the network, the Genian NAC redirect the devices to the CWP page for the signing up. But the if the device is already registered and also already authorized it before, Genian NAC, the Genian agent pop up a small box for filling out ID and password for the authentication again. Second one is the radio-based authentication. Genian NAC has built-in radio server itself. So just simply, IT step add on the radio supported switch information to the Genian NAC. I put the one example how to set this in the admin console on the slide. So it is so simple. After closing this show, you can get this content. So you can just follow how to do it based on this image. Genian NAC also provided to integrate with your existing other authentication, such as the local DB or LDAP and L3, etc. So you can also find out how to integrate them with Genian NAC, just searching the Genian online docs. Fifth chapter is the access control. So far, we have seen the visibility and verifying who is who. And next step, with this the accumulated information, it is time to decide if this device is allowing or denying. I prepare three types of the process how Genian NAC control the access inside it. The first one is the regular employee. Once the device's NAC detect a new devices, the Genian NAC force the devices start to sign up, creating the ID and password on the CWP. And the device's credential ID and password is created, the Genian NAC finally grant to the device's access inside it. Second one is the guest. I think it's very originally to work with you and your client or guest in your office together. So it is very necessary to dividing them and grant them of the differently from you. So IT step prior to creating the guest policy on the admin console. And once the guest is attempting to your network, the guest devices, the Genian NAC automatically block them and redirect to the CWP page for creating the sign up. And the guests get a granted temporary access, such as the limited time and limited access range. For example, normally we give them just internet use only. Third one is rogue AP. So if you have a trouble of managing your network, you first should look at how many unmanaged switches and APs are there. So today, I will show you how Genian NAC identify rogue AP and control them. As you know, there are several cases that access point may have attacking your business inside it, like the making your employee downloading the dangerous software and also stealing the confidential data. So to identify the rogue AP, IT step prior to creating the wired LAN policy on the admin console. And what I mean by here, the IT step defined what is the criteria for identifying the rogue AP. For example, an AP is using a protocol which are very vulnerable to the security or encryption. Genian NAC defined this AP is the rogue one and cannot access to the inside. Uh, okay, so we reached to the last chapter of the others. So in this chapter, I will simply introduce what you can do with the Genian NAC. So let's take a look. I will shortly introduce of the role-based access control and compliance check on the endpoint and integration with the other security solution. The first one is role-based access control. So as I have already mentioned before the previous slide, so even all of a PC or other devices, Genian NAC recognized who is who and who should access to where with its own privilege. So normally we recommend you the guest client is only internet use and other regular employee get a granted access level based on its job title and its own responsibility. Second one is compliance check on the endpoint. So I recommend you with installing the Genian agent so you can managing the device health check for always securing your network and endpoint. So as you can see the slide, so Genian NAC CWP redirect the user to install the Genian agent. Third one is integration with the other solution. Today, I just bring one cases of the SIEM with the Genian NAC. So the scenario about this, so once your database or system is hacked by uh, some of the attacks, so your existing solution of the SIEM send you a log and you can match the log with the Genian node information of the IP and MAC. So you can find that who caused this accident. It is just the one cases. So normally my customer sometimes integrate Genian NAC with their antivirus firewall as well for designing its own proper security environment. Okay, it takes a quite a long time, right? So uh, it is okay. You cannot catch all about them, at this moment because I'm going to share this content. So please remember, and I really recommend you. So I really recommend you see this slide after this show. So more you learn about the Genian NAC, so you can get more confidence to propose and sell the Genian NAC in your market. Okay, this is ended with the session 3, and after just a few seconds later, we are going to start up the session 4. Session 4 is the partner insight. Partner insight will start right away. This session is the highlighted of the event. This is very interactive session for you. So this session comes with a special guest. So the session will start within the 30 seconds for preparation. So please don't you move it, and we will like back just a few seconds later. Thank you. Please wait. Hi, I'm back. So the next session, this session is the partner insight. So it is our new challenge in this event because after closing the Genius Partner Day 2021, the last March, so there were many feedback concept like the interactive. So which means that you wanted to get a session very interactive with a partner, not just only driving by the Genius team. So I driving this and planning this session for you. So this session is about to listen your voice. So I invited very special guest here and have a chance to hear a new story under the COVID-19. So I definitely believe that this story will be yours and our story. So after this show. So I'm so thrilled to introduce him here. So he is very high background of the high tech of the tech consulting and also the engineering over a decades in Indonesia. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, uh, please welcome the VP and Premium Partner, and my friend, Aswindra CEO, Suleman Huang. Suleman, please come up here the screen and turn on the video. Hi, Suleman.
Hi, Yonju.
We need to
Hi.
mic check so I can. Oh,
Can you hear me?
hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you too? Mhm.
Uh, you're fine, right?
Yeah. Can you hear me well?
Yeah, I can hear clear. Yes.
Okay, great.
So, most of all, I really appreciate it you accept the session. Because the in this session is about share your Aswindra sales communication story under the COVID-19.
Mhm.
So, how has been going on the COVID-19 in Indonesia?
Actually, the condition of COVID-19 is not getting well yet.
Mm.
So we see a daily case can be 5,000 more positive confirmed case a day. So until today, it's almost around 1.8 million people
Oh,
getting infected by this COVID-19.
I'm sorry. Yeah, it's so critical, right?
Mm.
So only we can do is the wearing a mask like you today and
Yeah,
social distance against the coronavirus.
yeah.
But however, Sherman, how do you expect this pandemic is going on your country? Is getting better or worse? How do you expect?
I'm not sure yet. However, the clear thing is that we should try to do something to
Mm,
overcome this pandemic instead of waiting to getting back soon.
yeah, I perfectly agree with it. But I found the one story, even the very terrible COVID-19 as Swindra the last year, sales revenues increased. The
Mm.
more surprising is about the number of the POC is also very increased than any other country, even the
Mhm.
lockdown and work
Yeah.
from home. So could you please tell us your new normal sales story in COVID-19?
Yeah. Okay. I also love to share my business story to my friend and Genius partner in this APAC.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so Schulman's speech starts right away. So please take a look.
Okay. I will start to share our experience during this COVID-19. So first of all, I would like to thanks to Genius team that give this opportunity of chance to us to share with all you guys. Okay, I'm Suleman Huang, as CEO of PT Prospera Aswintra Technology. We are one of the distributor company in Indonesia actually. Okay, so we are established in 2017. We focus for the security solution and now infra solution. And for the business specialty, we are focused more on the technical specialized service actually. Yeah. And our vision to become one of the best and biggest IT solution provider. Okay, we have some highlight for Genius business. We are one of the highest case of deal registration in the Genius.com of Genius portal, and we also do the most frequently POC driving to the end user, and we also achieve for some name customer in Indonesia here for some field like finance, manufacturing, and energy. So the year of 2020. Yeah. Okay. As we know, during this COVID-19 in 2020, many projects are canceled, even postponed. Some of them. Uh, there are some common reason why they are canceling their project, even postpone their project. Some of them have a reason with the budget limitation, and some of them suddenly realize all the budget plan uh, previously for 2020 to some other things. And during national shutdown, yeah, most of the project cannot be run during that time, and most of them are forced to work from home. Maybe almost 75% of them are forced to work from home. So it's really hard for us at that time to do the following up for the project, for the POC. It really disturbed us at the time. Yeah. Okay, so we know the condition of the COVID-19 is not getting worse soon, so it is inevitable to rapidly adopt the new change and reboot the new communication during this condition and after maybe the pandemic getting well later. So during the COVID-19 situation, we make some new normal sales communication. One of them in the pre-sales. So we try to do some remote POC and some live demo to the end user. So we try to build our own lab. So once we meet online with the end user and with the partner, we can showing them, and even we can have a remote POC schedule with them. Yeah. For the sales part, we try to work closely with our local reseller and join their customer meeting. Even though we cannot have a direct meeting, we do all of them with the online at the time. So during this meeting, our sales try to give a message for the customer and the resellers that we can use this Genian NAC as a security solution for the current work from home situation. So we can offer them Genian NAC as a securing remote workforce. Yeah. Okay. And from the marketing part, in 2020, we have already do some event and join with Genius team as well. We do some event online. Yeah, as we know, it's so hard at the time to do an on-site event. And during this year, we also met again for this virtual event for sales get as well to our partner. Yeah. Okay. For the next normal, for the post corona of after this COVID-19 getting well, we will still try to do the both way, even online and offline communication. And as we know, the customer is still maybe some of them are still working at office and at home. So we will still do the both way, online even offline. Yeah. Okay. I just would like to share something maybe could be something that can be adopted maybe by our partner in APEC. So as you know, there is a very hard time for all of us, but we still have to create some new deal. Yeah, even though maybe some customer cannot operate fully, but we believe that some of the customers they can hybrid some online and some offline. So by this, we see the Genians can be a good solution during this pandemic as well. So we can try to modify the Genian solution message to the reseller and to the customer. One of them is secure their remote workforce. So we can try to modify the Genian solution to meet the current condition by the customer. Yeah. Okay, I think that's all that I can share with all of you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Sherman. So Most of all, thank you so much. Your great speech of your strategy share with us. So I can very admire you have a sales strategy, kind of the new normal and the next to normal for the post corona.
Yeah, as you know, yeah, it's getting hard right to forecast how the business will change even 5 or 6 months later.
Right.
So I have decided and focused how my team could reach to partner and
Mhm.
customer directly, both online and offline. If the future inevitably comes with online, I believe that it is very mandatory to set up a platform for communication with the customer for their needs and their requests from now. Uh, in the last year, we first got one step of offline sales communication for POC and business meeting. Yeah,
So you wanna keep the two track, the offline communication plus online communication all together, right?
yeah, we will do both.
So if the corona finally disappear, it also be very good chance to you because you gradually and continuously communicated with your customer on part.
Yeah,
It
it
is
will
very
become new normal.
okay. It's very amazing. So I hope that this human Swindler story motivated the other partner as well. There is one question about your speech. The first about, I think I also wondering about this. So once uh, you say that you have already established the laboratory in your company, right? So could you
Yeah.
give us your experience? What requirement should be prepared for building the online laboratory in your company? I mean, the partner's company.
Okay, so like what we did before, we set up a small environment for the network to represent the customer network. Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, we just build the small network, and during the remote POC or live demo, we can create some use case
Mhm.
based on the small network environment. Like how can we show them how to verify the unauthorized user when the device connected. So do we set up all the lab in the virtual environment, so we can uh, represent almost what in the current customer network environment. Yeah,
So you mean that it is not much difficult to setting the laboratory and establish the
yeah,
procedure.
it's not
More
difficult.
important things about the what scenario you should
Yeah,
you're gonna see your customer because the customer also wanted to very various the feature they wanted to see, right?
yeah, you're right.
Okay.
So as we
Mhm.
know, Genians is pretty easy, right? Just set up the policy software and sensor, then it will gather all the information. So
Uh-huh.
one of the major feature that we can show to them is the visibility.
Oh, I see.
So once we establish the lab environment, we can show what the device is currently connected to our network, and
Mm,
how can we restrict them. Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
The first step, the mostly highly required and essential feature your customer wanted to see the visibility, how
yeah,
Genian NAC visibility.
mhm,
Okay.
yeah,
Thank you,
yeah,
Sherman.
yeah,
So
correct.
honestly, it's our first experience, first challenge, and you're the first victim of that. By the way, thank you so much your speech of it today. Ladies and gentlemen, so far this was the Sherman. So hopefully see you next year without the mask or
Yeah,
pride all
hopefully,
together.
yeah.
Okay, thank you,
Uh,
Sherman. Have a good
yeah,
one and stay safe, each other and
okay,
you and your family, your team member as well. Thank you
yeah,
so
thank
much.
you too. Yeah.
So far, we are having a session of the partner insight. So next session is about the final session of the tech news. So it starts within just 10 seconds. Please wait.
Hello, this is Steve. Yeah. In this session, I'll talk about installing sensor using Raspberry Pi. The way Genians provide network sensor can be deployed by appliance or installing Genian OS to Intel-based generic server. In both cases, supports scalable deployment. Additionally, Genian OS supports the installation of Raspberry Pi. Genian OS is supported from Raspberry Pi 4. Let me explain the Raspberry Pi network sensor. The functionality is the same as a normal network sensor, like the supporting visibility and controlling device as well. Recommended sizing is a small branch with less than 30 nodes. Let me tell you about the pros and cons of the Raspberry Pi network sensor. Advantage can be cost-effective and installed in small location. It is very helpful to reduce the total cost of network sensor deployment for the project. As a disadvantage, unfortunately, there is no customer reference yet. So Genian OS that currently supports Raspberry Pi is beta version so far, and it's not officially released at the moment. If you want to test the OS, please let you post the issue on the Jira system. It needs to be include the region. How come you need it? We will provide the installation guide and OS and send you. So far, this is a brief introduction to the Raspberry Pi network sensor. Thank you all.
Thank you, Steve. So please don't leave out Steve yet. So there is one question about from the Donovan. How many
Subnet.
how many IP would the Raspberry can handle? Yeah, I
Sorry.
think we can share the mic together. So could you appear your screen?
The Raspberry network sensor can support the one subnet, the secrets
Okay.
2054 IP address.
So approximately 24 IP.
Yeah.
Okay,
Just
sequence.
one secret, one subnet.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so we are almost reach out to the end of this show today. We prepare. So before leaving the show, please leave your opinion on the survey. Steve, could you please load the link on the survey? So guys, please do not leave now. Please participate in joining, leave your honest review or feedback about this event. So please click the link. Okay. Dongan, Steve, please come up here. The screen is time to say goodbye to our partner. Where is Steve?
I'm here.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you so much, our folks. So appreciated joining this show today. We will be back with the good contents later. So please take care of yourself and each other. See you soon. Bye.
Bye bye.